Okay, so in this video, I just wanted to, I guess, talk about this lost movie, basically. And, there's a whole thing around it where it's lost. So, yeah, there was supposed to be a crossover between Monster High and Ever After High, and we did actually get some, like, teaser stuff of, like, them actually, being a thing, like, connected and whatever, and we got a bunch of other stuff that are supposed to be like, other lands that are connected to these, stories and stuff and whatever. So, we kind of knew leading up that they were connected in a few different ways. And yeah, we got like whatever teasers and stuff, I guess, and then we were waiting for the movie, but then it never happened, unfortunately. And a lot of people are sad about it and whatever. But yeah, we had like, CA Cupid would go back and forth between Ever After High and Monster High. And then Gigi Grant and Wisp also, I'm pretty sure, went back and forth between the two Monster High and Ever After High worlds. And then at the end of Blue York, we see Astronova talking to Apple and Raven on her phone, and so, it's kind of just like we got those like little things there where it's kind of just like this character's from that one, and they're going back and forth and whatever. And we also got like whatever book and stuff that was basically kind of the same thing as this movie actually. um So we were supposed to get this movie, but I guess instead we got a book. So I guess at least we have a book version, but I don't know if it's supposed to be exactly the same though, because like, I don't know, looking at this and then looking at that, it's kind of not exactly the same, but I kind of wanted to talk a little bit about how this movie was supposed to be. If you really want like a more, I guess, whatever version of the movie, then there are actually some videos that you can watch that Monster I actually did post on YouTube, so you can go watch those and get an actual like thing of how the movie was supposed to be. But yeah, I'll probably put that in the description so you guys can watch those videos. But yeah, I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit. Um, but basically, it's like, I guess it starts out with like Dracula kind of, finding whatever book, and then, it was a book from one of her friends that she hasn't seen in a long time. And then she like figures out this thing, and she's like, whatever with that. And then some of her friends kind of, help her with it a little bit. Claudine and Cleo, yeah, specifically help her with it. And then they kind of figure it out, and then they get these crystals, and then they, use them to get transported. And then they're in like this fairy tale kind of thing, and then they gotta figure out what's going on and whatever, and you know, different stuff there, and they have to like find their way out and all this stuff, and try to go past all of these obstacles, like, bridge trolls and dragon and all this stuff and whatever. And then, they get to go to Monster High because they have to save Monster High from the Evil Queen, because the Evil Queen's like the evil villain here. And so they gotta go save it from her because she's like, I guess, trying to take over all the worlds and stuff. So they gotta go through whatever portals and stuff to get wherever. And yeah, and then they have to like go fight her, I guess. And they have to find whatever stuff still and then fight her. And yeah, so we don't really actually get to see a whole thing of fighting her. We just get to see the like first part of it, and then we don't really get to see the last part of it, which I guess, makes sense. But um, also they're supposed to like switch powers at some point. So Ever After High characters get the Monster High characters' powers, and then the Monster High characters get the Ever After High characters' powers. And it's kind of just, switch because they fall into some magic water at some point. So that's kind of a interesting part of it that I would actually want to see. But yeah, they kind of whatever. But you guys can go watch the whatever videos if you want a full thing of that and have a better idea of that. And yeah, a lot of people are sad that we didn't get this, and a lot of people wish we did. If they ever like bring back Ever After High or something, and maybe we could have it again. And then there's also a bunch of art and whatever, and you know, we still just have some art that we could have, you know, it would have been cool to actually see this thing here and whatever. But again, we did get whatever book and whatever. It's kind of the same thing. It's a crossover thing, and it's called The Legend of Shadow High, and it's like a evil school, I guess. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of sad that we don't get it. we don't get this movie, and so kind of disappointing. And a lot of people are like, hey, we could just make the movie ourselves. And I mean, I don't know if you can really do that. I don't know if they like. I wouldn't be surprised if they still like own the rights to that whole thing, unless I don't know. Sometimes after however long, then sometimes stuff becomes public domain, but that usually lasts for like I think what is it 50 years that and then it becomes public domain. So it hasn't been 50 years yet, so I don't think we can just use this idea because that would be stealing it. So you know people saying that fans should just remake it themselves. Like I don't know. You might get some copyright issues, and yeah, I don't know about doing that. You would probably have to use like your own characters that are based off of fairy tale characters and monster characters instead. So just so you don't rip off other people's work. So yeah. Um. Anyways, I think that's kind of it. Kind of wanted to add to this whole thing, and especially since G3 of Monster High, you know, we got Gen 3 Monster High, so I kind of wanted to talk about this a little bit and bring it up again since that's a thing now. So anyways, I guess that's kind of it for this video. So yeah, I guess by then